Good morning, YouTube. It's a good Sunday morning. Drinking my coffee, and sometimes I come sit out on my back porch for a minute in the morning. I take a sip of coffee and let that sun hit me. About to go in here and watch the UFC event starting in a few minutes, but I was just compelled to come on the video. And don't let any narrative flood your mind that ain't true about Chief X. So, I just want to make this clear. Let me just say this. I made the video, my presentation, Black Agent Debunk. People absolutely love that shit. It got about almost 2,000 views right now. And you got to read the comments. This is why I tell you, people were scared. When I offered to debate anyone, this was 3 months ago. I was on Sinetta TV and I said I will pay somebody. Fuck me. I was going to pay anyone to debate me. And I knew to offer $300. I said when you offer money, that's how you prove your shit. Because people will back away on a serious topic. Because I offer the entire anyone on earth, I said. Anyone in the conscious community. And initially I said polite. Anyone from the Almond Rock Squad, anyone, Dr. Reggie, anyone who want to take this debate, I'll pay them $300. Anyone means your best. And nobody wanted it. You know why nobody wanted it? Because every single Afrocentric so-called scholar is not sure. They're not confident in that kind of debate. Because they know they've been bullshitting, and they know if they took that debate, things will come out that disproves them, and it's not a good look for any Afrocentric to take that debate. Folks, I've been in the community for I've known, and I've watched for years and decades people avoid certain things to talk about. So they don't want to be the one to step out there and say the Egyptians weren't the black nappy-headed people. And I've been watching, and I used to hold out. Even before I even started coming out, years before, I said, I don't think they black. And I would hold out in thinking this. For years, I never told nobody this. I said, them motherfuckers ain't black. For years, I never told nobody this. And I would watch everybody else avoid that subject. They would say it, but they would avoid the details of it and being honest about it. And these are supposed to be truth-seeking intellectuals. So, as you notice, Ankh tried to act like he wanted to accept it 2 months later after I made the offer because he was just in an anger fit and mad and on Sinetta TV and talking that shit. But as you see, when they called me and put me on, I said I'm ready to take that debate. They haven't hit me back since. Since that show, let's just be clear, because they'll make fake narratives. I've showed the text 2 days later after that show, me texting Sinetta saying, I want that debate, let's go. No one ever gets back. So they front with Chief X without him around and make a fake narrative about his words. Put me on. That's why I always tell people, if someone makes a claim about Chief X, make them play Chief X's words saying what they said. People are also making fake narratives about Garfield's book and what I said about it. I'll tackle that later. I was 100% right, and I was telling people he has a book. I was the one telling people he's working on a book. And I was telling people, if you get your book, thank me for putting pressure on him to help him complete it. Because he was lollygagging. I follow Garfield. I know he's working on a book years ago. I've been following him. So I've told people he's not finished with that book. He's not close to finished. But people acting like, since he came out with the book, Chief X, no. If you listen to what I'm saying, I said 2 or 3 years ago, Garfield's book is like Dr. Umar Johnson's school. Then 2 years ago, when he was claiming he was going to have this book for sale on the table at a debate Jabari was supposed to be in, he was going to be vending and selling the book, and he took pre-orders. I said, he's scamming you. His book, he doesn't have a book. And 2 years ago, he didn't have a book. I said he's working on a book, but he don't have a book right now. So he took people's money, and the people who paid him had the impression that they were going to get the book in a couple months of the pre-order. Damn near 2 years later, he still didn't have a book. So that was a scam to make money. He made money a year and 9 months ago off y'all, claiming he had it, but he didn't have it. He wasn't close to ready. He was just trying to make some money for that week because he was broke. Okay? No one pays for a pre-order thinking they're going to get it a year and 9 months later. They were under the impression that they were going to get that book within 3 months or so. So yeah, Garfield lied and bullshitted people, and that was a scam to make money for that day. Then months later, I continued to say, Garfield ain't got no book, and I told people to thank me when you get your book, because I put pressure on him. And then, when Jabari also put pressure on him on a live stream and said, where's your book, Garfield? That embarrassed him. When I came at Garfield, what was I gonna say? Oh, he was so embarrassed because I was correct. He got off YouTube and everything for 7 days and started working on that book. I forced him off YouTube to start working on the book. When Jabari got at him months later, he embarrassed him on Sonetta when he questioned him out of his book. Again, he got off of YouTube because he was streaming 6 hours a day, and I was saying, ain't nobody writing no book and ain't gonna finish no book if they streaming 6 hours a day. That's not how authors do it. Authors take time off and concentrate on their work. So I knew Garfield was bullshit. I know Garfield. I'm teaching you about Garfield. Everything I said about Garfield came to fruition. And when Jabari came at him, he got off YouTube, Facebook for another week to focus on that book. He said, I gotta hurry up and get this book out. They own my ass. So my pressure made him hurry up and finish that book. And then when he finally finished the book, he showed one book. That was the only book he had, but he was given the impression that I said, everything I said is recorded. So Chief X was never wrong. I said, Garfield is now, I was letting you know Garfield's steps because I'm the fucking wise one and you guys were the gullible one. I said, he's waiting for this debate money from the debate he put on with the, what's his name, Richard Carrier, and he put on the debate. I said, once he gets that money and stuff, then he'll order more books that he can mail to everybody. But at the time I said it, he had that one book. Then later, just like I said, once he got some money from the debate, then he ordered a bunch of books to mail to his person. I was telling you what was happening. Chief X wasn't wrong. Niggas making posts, acting like I was wrong. No, you weren't listening to my words, and everything I said is recorded. So if another nigga make a post, I'm gonna go down the timeline and say you were wrong. I was 100% right, and everyone knows it. Stop playing. I'm the one was telling people that Garfield is working on a book. It's not complete, and he don't have no book yet. So don't play these mind games because he came out with a book and try to prove Chief X wrong because Chief X ain't never wrong. I'm wise enough to know the process, and I'm teaching you what the fuck was going on. Now, no one has took that debate. So what I had to do was just do my own fucking presentation and put it out there and kill these clowns. And that's just what happened. It's a lot of stuff I left out to hold back just in case somebody want to get bold and try me and say, I'll take that debate, Chief X. If somebody gets some fucking balls and say, I'll take that, I held back some shit. Niggas was talking about them combs and shit. These are Afro combs and shit. The thing they don't know, and I didn't put it in my presentation because I had so much and I kind of forgot and skipped over it. All them combs, Greco-Roman combs and them combs you think that was found in Africa and Egypt that look like Afro picks, the whole world made combs like that. Just like that. So when people think of a comb, they think in their mind, they're thinking about modern times and how we make a comb for black people and a comb for white people. A comb for picks, Afro picks, and a comb for without a handle, just a straight. People in their mind are thinking, because they see a comb look like that, and that's the combs that we have in 2021, then that means that they were combs for black people. They were Afro picks for black. No. Even Greco-Roman world made picks that looked like Afro picks. That was the way everyone made a comb and copied off each other and made a comb. They just fucking rubbed that shit through their hair and was holding it. So everybody, whether they were straight hair or nappy hair, had a comb that appeared to look like an Afro pick. See, these Afrocentrics been lying and bullshitting you. I also didn't even show, I had a lady who did a scholarly dissertation on hair in ancient times. All the mummies' hair she did. This was, I couldn't even, all the mummy hair. All the hair of anybody else. And she was showing hairs, and that would have just killed the debate too, but I couldn't find it that day and I was in a rush and it slipped my mind. From the Afro pics to the hair, I had a complete debunking of anybody claiming a black Afrocentric. But if somebody take that debate, I'm just gonna save those daggers. Everything y'all taught, from the hair waves that you think these niggas had on the picture, was a cap crown. From the pics, from the man, everything y'all thought and taught as Afrocentrics was wrong, and Chief X is right 100%. The entire conscious community was exposed by Chief X. I'm the honest and real one who came out with this information to correct you. I felt y'all needed to be brought back to West Africa because you were too many. It was just too many Egyptomaniacs spewing a bunch of nonsense and stealing culture. It was too much. I was sick of it. So it took a real one to shut down the nonsense. And nobody can touch that video. Nobody can rebut that video. No one is talking about rebutting it. People are quiet. Once I dropped that video and people seen it, I said, let me go to these certain groups and certain people's pages. These niggas is not even posting nothing about Egypt for the last 4 days. I'm telling you, niggas is scared to push Egypt right now because Chief X has been on the war path and tearing y'all ass up. And everyone knows I'm tearing y'all ass up. Everyone knows I'm the motherfucker who dropped the motherfucking bomb on the house, and you guys are in that burning building with 2nd-degree burns right now. I'm not burned. I'm the deliverer of good news. So I just wanted to make my Sunday morning rant because I'm in a certain mood and happy. I'm about to waste fight day, Saturday, UFC. Real warriors pay attention to combat sports. Ask these niggas why they didn't take that debate with Chief X. Since they so hardcore and the black man of the Nile and they know and they can got in the ancient and they all these so-called fake-ass intellectuals scared of little old Chief X. Scared to death. Shaking in their boots. Y'all know I love fucking with y'all. I'm out. Y'all be good.